Maddie goes to visit her friend Douglas Ziegler, a computer geek who has been unconnected for a week. Douglas lets her into her apartment, but he acts weird and commits suicide in front of her. Later, Maddie discovers that he had been developing a powerful wireless signal and accidentally releases a mysterious force that takes the will to live off human beings, generating a suicide epidemic that increases the force with every suicide. When checking his computer, they see many viruses appearing on the screen and then a virus page telling them, "Do you want to see a ghost?" When they enter that page, they and the room they are in seem to reflect on that page as if it were a mirror. Maddie will get terrified because there are some net creatures. They are a kind of greenish-gray cyber figures, called ghosts, and there are many of them. People get affected when they watch the strange web page, and before long, people commit suicide or become a heap of dust. Maddie realizes that there are fewer and fewer students on the campus. Those few who still go to university are silent and keep to themselves. Nobody wants to talk about what's happening. She especially misses her friend Isabel Fuentes, who is attacked by several of them going out of a laundry machine. At that moment is when Maddie starts to really believe that there is a threat. Maddie realizes that Douglas had bought a computer secondhand. Dexter was the original owner. At first, he doesn't want to have anything to do with Maddie's problem, but then he realizes that something terrific is going on. Together, they devise a plan to use a virus developed by Josh, put it in the network to shut down the system, and save a human high-tech way of life. Josh has imprisoned himself inside his apartment, wrapping everything in red tape, the only thing which seems to prevent the beings from entering places. He's frantic but finally tells Maddie and Dexter that Douglas and he were working on a project to create the widest possible network connection. Suddenly, all kinds of unknown viruses started to appear, and they couldn't turn the computer off. Josh refuses to leave what he considers a safe place. However, he'll die as well, because the cyber creatures enter through the main door peephole in the 1 second he peers outside. Maddie and Dexter got what they were looking for, the virus Josh and Douglas had invented. They need to use it in the center of the system, in a modem located in the basement of Douglas building. They are threatened by hundreds of different looking cyber creatures on their way there. Maddie is caught by one of them, who steals her wish to fight and live. She appears surrounded by millions of gray arms. Dexter pulls her out, telling her not to look into the ghost's face. Maddie will wake up unharmed, but she says that the cyber creature doesn't belong to the system. They are the system. They finally find the main server, and they pour the virus into it. However, the system reboots itself, opening the gate to our world once again. Dexter and Maddie run away, get in a car and leave the now empty street at city. All mobile phone networks, net connections, and TV channels have been infected. Only an Army broadcast radio-based message is still working, telling them to go to refuge out of town. They sleep inside their own car, hoping to get somewhere where there is no network connection or mobile phone coverage. They are last attacked by a four-armed creature until they reach such a place. Later, when they are on their own, they realize they will have to live in the countryside for the rest of their lives without any of the modern technology they'd taken for granted until then. The movie closes with a voiceover from Maddie where she has come to understand that humanity must retrogress to a lifestyle they had considered primitive, and the ghost beings have taken over the cities and electronic networks. Both groups of beings grimly determined to survive.